Jack Frost, throwback, Jack.
And that throwback crack. You're playing with a loaded gun.
Okay.
Hey Frost.
That primo shit.
It's like crack in the 80s.
What? I spit it for my kush smoking niggas, the jar heads. This beat remind me of something BR said. All I do is sucker punches and back smacks. You ain't got to be up on the stage to get clapped at. If you see me with a knapsack, best believe I got a half a brick in it and a black Mac. Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Jack Frost, J-A double the K, double the gunplay, double the murder, your favorite MC around your way. And right now you checking out my man DJ Circuitbreaka, CommissionTV.com. Holla Jack, you haters. Then from there, 2002 I signed with Sony.
2002, okay.
I signed with Sony.
Now that deal, how did that come about?
A dude named Karan Goodman, who he used to be in a little Philly group called the Youngsters, and he had started being a producer. He was fucking with Trackmasters. Trackmasters was fucking with Sony at the time, and Karan had a homie named Lenny. He used to work for Trackmasters that wound up being an A&R at Sony. I was recording with Karan's pop, which is LG the teacher, Hilltop Hustler Records. He the one who started, like, you know, the big movements in Philly, like as far as like big record label shit, Cool C, Steady B, EST, 3 Times Dope, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I was recording at LG's crib, and LG called Karan like, "Yo, Frost been over here a lot lately, and he got some shit. You might, you know, you trying to get your production company popping. You might want to fuck with him." Q hit me up. He put me on the phone with Lenny from Sony. I spit for Lenny. Lenny said, "Yo, I want to sign you." I'm thinking I'm signed, but you know, it was more to it than that. We had to go to his boss, then we had to impress his boss's boss at the showcase, and I passed every test, and they signed me. They gave me a lot of money, and they gave me pretty much everything I needed to improve my life, except for pushing my records. I pushed my records on my own. I spent a lot of my own money putting records out and keeping myself popping. You know what I mean? Even with a record deal, I was going around being my own street team. I had no idea that I was supposed to raise hell at the label and make them deploy a street team in the Philly. Like, I ain't know, because I was so used to doing everything myself.
Yeah.
Like, when I met Karan, like, I mean, I knew Karan since he was a kid, but when we met, you know, on a different level, I was already a nigga that had, you know, like, we had already spent in '96, when I was Big Tab, $20,000 cash on a video. You can look that up, you know what I'm saying? I had already stickered and postered the whole city more than 4 or 5 times myself, riding the L from one end to the other end. Every stop, getting off, stickering, every stop myself. So being signed, I'm still in self mode, in grind mode. I ain't know I was supposed to go in there and boss them around and tell them, "Yo, y'all supposed to be doing this, this, and that." So when Philly Love was popping, I was out there giving out my stuff myself. That's how Mayor Iverson got to be alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met him, like, you know, other dudes was trying to be groupies. I just was like, "Yo, you know, I mentioned you on a song. I just want you to hear my music." Every time I ever seen him after that, be all love. "Yo, what's up? What's going on?" You know what I mean? Same thing with Bernard Hopkins. I'm the first Philly rapper to bring Bernard Hopkins into the ring in Philadelphia. Because Bernard, the fight that he took was at the old Philly Spectrum, and he wanted to he called himself bringing boxing back to Philly, and he used me. His peoples reached out to me and put us together, and me and Bernard, I could call Bernard Hopkins right now. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? And I brought him into the ring. So it was like politicking, just being out here politicking, but I didn't know that Sony should have been doing more. You know what I'm saying?
Now, operating as an independent artist, what would you suggest for a new artist as far as going with a major label or being independent?
If you're not a hustler, then try to get a record deal. Just make sure you go in there with a good manager and a good lawyer, and everything will be all right. Don't be impressed. I don't care if it's Young Money or whoever it is, whatever one of these, you know, the labels that the artist artists got, because a lot of hungry artists is impressed by artists that got labels, so they think, you know what I'm saying, you know, like that's gonna be the rest of their life is just gonna be gold from there. Like they think that the artist is gonna make them like them.
They don't look at the whole situation.
Right. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
You got 10 artists already.
And it's rare that an artist wants another artist to be as big as them. Like that Young Money shit is rare.
Yeah, it is.
How big Drake is,
it's rare.
and how big Nicki is on the same level as Wayne, that's rare.
It's rare, yeah. It is.
That shit don't. That's not something that happens a lot.
Yeah,
Only thing I can think of off the top of my head where an artist was like that is two incidences. 50 Cent, because he's not stingy with the spotlight with G Unit, and Master P.
Yeah, masterpiece over
Like when you crack the magazines open back then, everybody was going gold.
Yeah.
Niggas who we never heard of was at least, that's what I'm saying, at least gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like P was making sure his artist did the damn thing.
And
but
Akon too with Lady Gaga.
Yeah. But when you look at like Jay-Z, like he made sure nobody was ever on his level. He made sure it's like State Property was never on his level. They could have been. They had the access to be that. You know what I'm saying? But they never was on his status.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Drake is Lil Wayne's status right now.
Yeah.
Nicki is Lil Wayne's status. Beanie Siegel to me is arguably just as hot as Jay-Z lyrically.
Arguably one of the best ever.
Yeah, right. And maybe in the top 10.
Yeah.
But Jay made sure that Beans never reached the ceiling. Like, and if it was a ceiling, Jay wouldn't have ripped the roof off and let him go through the roof. Like, if you notice, every time Beans dropped a hot record, Jay would drop a hot record right on his neck. Yeah. Same thing with Freeway. When What We Do Is Wrong was on fire, they should have dropped his album in the middle of that. They waited till it kind of died down a little bit.
They waited till the week after 50 Cent dropped the whatchamacallit album.
You know
when Freeway was just as hot as 50, I thought he could have did bigger numbers.
Let me tell you something. When I'm out of town, I travel a lot. When I'm out of town, I spend a certain amount of money in places when I go places. You know what I'm saying? If it's a DJ there, I let them know, dog, I just dropped such and such on such and such. I want to hear all Philly shit. The first thing I hear when I make them demands, and I done made them demands from everywhere from South Beach to LA. And from South Beach to LA, the first record I hear when I demand Philly shit is What We Do Is Wrong.
Yeah.
Timeless.
Classic. Yeah.
But even with that, my point is that it's rare that you see an artist that wants another artist to be as big as them, even when they're a CEO. You know what I'm saying? So, back to your question. If you're not a good hustler, be real with yourself and chase a record deal. If you know you're a good hustler, I don't just mean that selling drugs. I just mean if you're a hustler, if you know how to get into a situation and make something out of nothing, stay independent. All you gotta do is spend a couple of hours on these banners that go up on websites. Click here to buy my new album featuring such and such now. There's a link behind that. Send their asses right to iTunes. They get your money. You know what I mean? That's how,
What do you think about the internet? A lot of artists, they refuse to, attack the internet and, really go hard on the internet opposed to they'll rather get the physical copy and work that. What do you think is the best choice for a new artist to take if they were,
The internet. Because there's no parameters on the internet. There's no boundaries. There's no roof. There's no door. You can go wherever you want. You can go as high as you want. You can go as far to the left as you want, as far to the right as you want. You can go as deep as underground as you want. It's unlimited. You can go to Australia from your room in West Philly, or you can go to the UK. Like when I get my iTunes reports, and I look at my sales, which I'm not gonna sit up here and fake it like I'm selling a whole bunch, but I make a couple bucks off of it. I got sales in Japan. I don't know how people know me in Japan. The internet. How else would they know? I got sales in Australia. I I got sales in Germany, the UK. How would these people know to buy my stuff on iTunes? The internet. Promotion from people like Benji Styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's your relationship with Benji Styles? Y'all do a lot of projects together. How did y'all hook up, and what's your relationship?
That's my DJ, and that's my online marketing and promotion genius. Like, dude is, if more dudes threw him a couple dollars and let him work they stuff, as opposed to giving the local DJs money to get played on the radio in one market or one group of tri-state area. Like, just think about it. What would you rather do? Would you rather be heard for 5 minutes in a tri-state, or would you rather be heard potentially everywhere, have your song on some of the biggest websites, and then it's archived and it's there forever until they take it off their server? Like, you know what I mean? And the whole world can hear it. The whole world can keep clicking back. Or you can't download off the radio. If it get posted to All Flamers or Not Right or all of these different websites, and they got a download link, boom, your song is in whoever hands decided to click on and download it. When it's on the radio, that's it. Once it go off, it's on to the next one.
Now,
so it just makes more sense, you know what I mean? Makes more sense.
How do you feel about Philly radio? A lot of artists, they say negative things about Philly radio, and
it's bad. I think they're trying to get better, but it's bad because take me out of the equation. How come you don't handle Reef the Lost Cause? Why you don't have Jedi Mind Tricks? But at the same time, you can go on YouTube and see a video of Jedi Mind Tricks.
4 million views.
And not only just the views, you could see them in I think it was Switzerland, either Switzerland or Sweden. They got 2 stages set up. It's this big giant sound stage area where a bunch of artists perform. And you could be standing, like, say, right there is 50 Cent stage. And right there is Jedi Mind Trick stage. I'm watching this on YouTube. 50 stopped his show and was like, yo, each stage area holds like 20 or 30,000 people, right?
Yeah.
50 stopped his show and was like, who that performing over there? So somebody in the front row knew who it was. Said Jedi Mind Tricks. He said, who? He said, Jedi Mind Tricks. It was like, oh, they get busy over there, huh? We're going to have to show them how we do it. They were so loud at the Jedi stage that 50 had to stop his show. And 50 tried to go harder than them, and they still was louder. Jedi Mind Tricks fans is just insane. They got what you call a cult following.
Yeah.
And not, it ain't no disrespect to 50, you know what I'm saying? Because 50 is a boss. He do what he do. But in that particular time, you got an artist that's not on the radio versus an artist that's been exposed to you in every way, from radio to movies to commercials to brand names, vitamin water, all that type of stuff. And the artist who's never on the radio ever, nowhere, crowd was more excited. Their 30,000 people who was at their stage had more energy and was going more crazier than his 30,000. You know what I mean? So that go to show you, it's not always all about the radio. But my point is if you support Philly, why you don't hear these people?
Yeah.
Why don't you play the Roots? Why don't you hear the Roots here? Come on, the Roots.
Yeah, the Roots is legendary.
We don't even hear the Roots. When I say hear them, I mean in rotation. Let alone mix show.
Yeah.
The Roots. Now everybody know me and Waka Flocka. It's cool. How you can hear Waka Flocka and you can't hear the Roots?
Woo!
Jack Frost. Throwback. Jack.
In that throwback crack, you're playing with a loaded gun.
Okay.
Hey Frost.
That primo shit.
It's like crack in the 80s.
What? I spit it for my kush smoking niggas, the jar heads. This beat remind me of something BR said. All I do is sucker punches and back smacks. You ain't got to be up on the stage to get clapped at. If you see me with a knapsack